Hey guys, it's Nova, and welcome back to Nancy Drew, the White Wolf at Icicle Creek. And in the previous episode, we got introduced to the case that we have to do, which is basically investigating the source of a series of accidents that have happened at this lodge. And things got off to, no pun intended, an explosive start when we arrived at the lodge. And so, we're gonna have to figure out what caused that. And you know what, since we're right here by this door, let's go and check out the basement. Now, I don't know about you, but normally I'm not really creeped out by basements. It really depends on how they're structured. This place though, I can imagine it's very creepy at night, so I got a feeling I might end up down here during the nighttime, so...
I should put on a coat before I go outside.
Oh, okay. So that's another way to get out of here. Good to know. Oh, okay. Sports star.
Oh, no.
Is something wrong?
You are what is wrong. Chantelle said there would be no more guests to make noise at all hours and disturb my training. Yet what stands before me? A new guest.
No, I'm not a guest. I'm Nancy Drew, the new maid, and the new cook.
Forgive me. Allow me to start over. I am Yanni Vokstaya. I am here to train for the Eastern European Cross-Country Championship. I spend my days doing interval work, drills, and isometric exercises. I follow a strict program, one painstakingly designed by a team of the best coaches in Fredonia. In fact, under no circumstances are you to use your key to let anyone into my room. My competitors are constantly spying on me, trying to steal my techniques.
You know what? I do understand where he's coming from. But maybe I should pry a little bit more and ask number 2. Because, again, I do remember in the previous episode that Guadalupe girl, assuming again if that was her, the magazine that was in her room had certain passages about Yanni underlined. So, you know, I gotta wonder, is she a spy? Is she, like, trying to... I don't know. I'm gonna click it.
You think someone's spying on you way out here?
One can never be too careful, so know this. If anything is missing or so much as out of place in my room, you can expect a visit from me. And it will not be a pleasant one.
Okay, fair enough. You know, considering I'm now the maid and the cook. Okay, so this is the exit out of the conversation with him. Have you seen the wolf while you were out training? I heard. Yeah, you know what? Why act like I didn't know this?
I hear that a major cross-country skiing competition may be held in this area in a couple of years.
This is very true. It will rival the Olympics.
Could that be the reason you came to train? I also heard that you can be pretty. Okay, so now I'm trying to understand what this has to do with anything. Only thing I could think of is that maybe in the past Yanni has upset some previous rivals and they're out to, like, get revenge on him. Like, that's the only thing that I could think of why this would be even remotely relevant here. And then, yeah, number 1 seems kind of obvious, but then, if you think about it, why did he come here of all places? He could have trained, where he is back home, or, you know, somewhere else. He didn't necessarily have to come to this area to train, even though I guess it kind of makes sense that he would do that, because he could get, like, the lay of the land, which, again, could be getting an advantage over his rivals, or competitors. Neither one is a wrong... I mean, there's no quote-unquote wrong decision, but both of these are valid questions, or points. You know what? I'm gonna go with number 1.
Could that be the real reason you came here to train?
As long as I have to train, why not train in the place where I must eventually put that training to use? As we say in Fredonia, I am simply milking 2 goats with 1 bucket. Besides, my competitors will stop at nothing to defeat me. I am forced to seek out and exploit every possible advantage open to me. I take no pride in some of the things I've done to bring victory to my country. but I have no choice.
Okay, so you basically answered the other question for me, so I thank you for that. Yeah, so this is an angle, maybe, but then again, well, no, I mean, if I look at it this way, if his competitors found out he was staying at the lodge, they could have started making, trouble here to either injure Yanni, or, I don't know, make him leave so that he doesn't train, so that's plausible. Yeah. And he has admitted that he's done some stuff that he's not proud of in the past, so that's another thing that could be happening. People are trying to get revenge on him because of, whatever he did in the past. But in other news...
Have you ever seen the wolf while you were out training?
No, for which I'm very grateful. In my country, in Fredonia, it is said that the gaze of the wolf will make you go blind.
Well, I'm not going to say number one, because that sounds a little condescending. I'm not really superstitious myself, but at the same time, there are just certain things that you don't mess with, you know, like when it comes to, like, the paranormal or supernatural or whatnot. So, and then I'm not familiar with his customs, so, again, that does sound a little condescending if I say number one. I'm more actually intrigued, so...
Really?
They are creatures of infinite evil, and that is all I am going to say on the matter.
Okay, I'm not going to push you.
That's all for now.
We'll talk again, I'm sure.
Okay. I also just realized that it's 11:30, so I'm going to have to make sure I get it moving. Okay, so here's the sauna. What is this? No, don't go in there. You just finished saying that you can get stuck in there. Definitely not doing that. Oh, hi, Ollie.
Need something?
Actually, no, I just wanted to explore, but yeah, here we go. I just wanted to get the lay of the land. Then again, I am interested in what he's... No, let me just start with number 2, and then maybe it'll let me answer number 1.
I'm just trying to get the lay of the land, or the lay of the lodge in this case.
Well, this is my workshop. I'm building something that's gonna solve all our problems. A wolf trap. One that'll finish off that thing out there once and for all.
You think the wolf is causing the accidents?
Not a doubt in my mind. Everything was A-OK till it showed up and started howling. It's bad luck. And something's protecting it. Something unnatural.
Okay. You know, it just dawned on me too, you know, I hope I'm not being ignorant here, but the fact that Ollie has an accent from, like, you know, the west or the south of the U.S. leads me to believe that he's not actually from Canada. So that's interesting that he came all the way up here to work. Maybe I'll get a chance to ask that. And I do want to ask number 1, but I want to ask number 2 because I want to know how you freaking pronounce her name.
Does Ms. Moikwe know you're doing this?
Moikwe.
She knows she doesn't want that thing around her guests. And you heard her. I'm supposed to do whatever I think is necessary to get rid of it.
Okay, but it's not like it's attacking people. You want to destroy it because it howls at weird times? Yeah, number 2 does sound a little weird, but at the same time, it almost sounds like I don't want to say she's poking fun at him, but that he's retaliating for a silly matter, basically. And then number 1, I don't know, because if, let's say, the wolf is responsible for these attacks, or, you know, accidents, it's just as bad as if it was attacking people, you know? So, where are you coming from, Nancy? I'll click number 1, because I don't really agree with number 2 that much.
But it's not like it's attacking people.
Let me tell you something. Yesterday I went looking for it. I tracked it and finally found it, sitting across the creek, not 20 yards away from me, just staring at me. So I raised my rifle, drew a bead, and fired. Easiest shot I've ever taken in my life. And I missed. So I fired again, and I missed, and then I missed again, and all the while it just sat there staring until finally it just stood up, walked toward the brush just as calm as could be, and disappeared. Wild animals just don't act like that, and I just don't miss like that. There's something real weird about that wolf, and I ain't gonna rest till I get rid of it. So maybe we should just find something else to job out. You met my little girl yet?
No, but you mentioned that her name is Freddie?
Yep. Spends most of her time outside. She built herself a little snow fort. Just sits out there waiting for somebody to go by so she can pick a snowball fight with them. I keep asking her how she manages to stay warm all day, but she won't tell me. Says she's got a secret weapon. Yeah, she's something.
I would say I don't do the cold. Part of the reason why I keep contemplating like moving from New York at some point because the winters here are getting really rough. Can you tell me more about the accidents that have been happening here? How long have you been working for Chantelle? Does your wife, Freddie's mom, does she live here too? Yeah, you know one thing I noticed? The way this lodge is structured so far. I don't know where like he and Freddie room at. Like the upstairs area looks like it's mostly the guest rooms. I doubt that they live down here in the basement, but I don't know. Number 3 seems a little invasive. First 2 makes more sense. Yeah. I'll ask about the accidents because that's the reason I'm here.
Can you tell me more about the accidents that have been happening around here?
Nope, sure can.
That was abrupt. But I kind of need to know. You can't or you don't want to. Yeah, he seemed kind of clipped. Maybe I should ask this.
You can't or you don't want to?
Chantelle and those lawyers of hers said I couldn't talk about them. Supposed to direct all questions to her. Sorry.
Okay, that makes sense. And that does give us a reason to call Chantelle like it said on the task list, so that's fine. So I guess I'll just ask the other 2.
How long have you worked for Chantelle?
About 1.5 years. I was her first hire. Best hire, too. I could run this place single-handed if I had to, just like I'm doing now.
Okay.
Have you ever been in the guest lodge business before?
I tried my hand at it once. Long story short, didn't work out. But I've learned a whole lot since then. I could make it work now. Just need to find the right property, get my hands on enough cash to make a down payment, that's all.
Okay. Now, let's be honest, guys. I like this character. I like Ollie. But what he said just now has just made him a suspect in the fact that he just said that if he could find the right property and get enough cash to make a down payment. Now, let's be realistic. If for some reason accidents kept happening at the lodge, Chantelle would lose business. If Chantelle loses business, she'll have to basically give up the lodge, maybe even sell it. So, you see where I'm going with this? Ollie could maybe snatch up the location and use it himself. You know, providing he was actually the guilty party here. So, interesting. I mean, I seriously doubt it's him, but, you know, that does make him a suspect based on what he just said. You know what? I'll ask number 3.
Does your wife, Freddie's mom, does she live here too?
In the summer she does, but in the winter she goes south. See, she's got this nerve condition that makes her real sensitive to cold. Freddie'd like to go with her, but until Chantelle stops putting off giving me that raise she promised me, sending Freddie south too is out of the question.
Oh, okay, so he is still married. I was a little worried to ask this because I didn't know if the wife was deceased or if they were separated or, you know, anything like that. So it's good to know that they are still married and it's just medical reasons why she doesn't stay up there when it snows. All right, fair enough.
I'll get out of your hair now.
See you later.
Okay. So, I don't know. Okay, so that's the way out. And that's the way back to him. And that's, I guess, the emergency exit or something. Alright, so let's go upstairs. Oh, crap, it's already 12 o'clock. We gotta make lunch. Holy crap, okay. Alright. Cooking manual. Let's do this. Let's not kill everyone. When the lodge is short-staffed for whatever reason, menu choices for each meal will be limited to 2 or 3 items, and Ollie will act as waiter. Remember, avoid overcooking anything on the griddle or in a frying pan. A fire may result. Okay, so it's not breakfast time. Let's just jump straight to lunch. Guests may order hamburgers and or a quesadilla. Both sound freaking delicious right now. Cook hamburger patties on the griddle. Remove them when they are dark brown to ensure that they've been thoroughly cooked. Put the cooked hamburger patty on the bun first, then add any extra ingredients. Making a quesadilla, put the tortilla into which cheese has already been folded into a frying pan. Put that never on the griddle. Remove the quesadilla from the pan when it is lightly brown. Okay, so let's see. First order. Okay, so he doesn't want a quesadilla. He wants a hamburger. Alright, so let's see. 1 hamburger. Quesadilla and a hamburger. Alright, you know what? Let me not do too many at a time. And quesadilla. Alright. I think that's done. So, that one. Okay. Right? Yeah, good. Quesadilla, done. Alright. Alright, so 1 cheese, 2 lettuce, 1 ketchup. Wait. 1 cheese, 2 lettuce, 1 ketchup. 1 cheese, 2 lettuce, and put that down. 1 ketchup. Alright. This one. 2 cheese and 1 of everything. Alright, so 2 cheese, and then 1 of everything. And I think that means condiments too, right? Yes. Oh, I gotta remember, no paprika. Okay. Alright, so that one there. And this one here. Okay, hamburger for this person. Quesadilla and hamburger. Quesadilla. Hamburger, hamburger. Quesadilla. Okay, that one's going to be easy. Okay, do that one. And quesadilla. Okay. Alright. Alright. Shit. Who wanted the quesadilla? Fuck. Okay. I think it's that one. Yes, okay. Good. So, that one's done. This one's done. This one I have to do. So, cheese, 2 pickle. Right? Cheese, 2 pickle. 1 tomato, 1 onion, 1 mustard. Wait. 1 tomato, 1 onion. And 1 mustard. I think it goes to show you guys that I've never been in the fast food industry.
Order up. Order up. Order up. Order up. Order up.
I just realized that it says you have to click this at the bottom when you're done. So, alright, not a big deal. And I think what happens is if you mess up, you basically have to do the order again. So, thankfully I made sure I didn't mess that up. And let's see. 1 cheese. 2 lettuce. 2 pickle. 2 onion and 1 ketchup. 2 onion and 1 ketchup. Okay, so we did the lunch portion. So that's basically how you cook in the game. I think that's the only time you can actually go into the,
Not time for kitchen duty yet.
Yep, okay, figured that. Alright, fair enough. So now I can explore the rest of the lodge. Good thing I looked up at the clock. I would have messed myself... What is this? I would have messed myself up. Oh my, a puzzle. Now the question is, do I have to... I mean, the game is called The White Wolf, so does that... I'm assuming I would have to get every single square to show the wolf. But, I don't really have any other info about that. The rugged setting of the lodge, while spectacular, also makes it prone for natural dangers. Avalanches are not uncommon, and hot springs cause ponds in the areas to freeze unevenly. Because Icicle Lake is so remote, the Navy used it for research during World War II. That's interesting. Okay. Wait, what's the stuff here? Huh. Okay, I think this is a key to solving a puzzle. Because remember when I accidentally clicked on that thing on Yanni's door and it changed colors? Interestingly, it's the same kind of colors. Like, there was like a white circle and a blue circle and a green circle and a red one, I think. So that might be a puzzle.
Bone which Trapper Dan found near the lodge. He believed it came from a race of giants known as Rexes. The bone's not there. Wonder what happened to it.
Alright, so I got a feeling I'm going to come across it later at some point.
Snowshoes owned and used by Trapper Dan in early 1900s.
Oh, okay. So I guess at some point I'm going to need snowshoes, and that's going to be the only way that I can get to use them is by unlocking them. Which makes sense, because anybody could just walk off
Young and old alike have stayed at Icicle Creek Lodge throughout its 100-year history. Looks like some of the pictures are missing.
Yeah, I thought that was an error on my part, so Nancy just confirmed that there is something wrong here. Okay. Oh, I just looked at that one. This is the one I want to look at. Although Trapper Dan, who never married, probably found himself snowbound and totally alone for several weeks each winter, which no doubt explains some of the lodge's more eccentric features and furnishings, he was outgoing and intellectually curious, and often entertained celebrities at the lodge, including Teddy Roosevelt, Lizzie Applegate, Frederick Banting, Ernest Hemingway, and Marie Curie. Okay. What is this one that's empty?
Trapper Dan's Needle.
Built this mummy not far from the lodge. Why he built it remains a mystery. Okay, well I did see on the map something about the needle, so considering the picture's also missing, I might end up having to go there. Maybe that'll be a clue to something. What is this? Daniel Weissnick, aka, oh, okay, that's his real name. Okay, aka Trapper Dan, started construction at what is known today as Icicle Creek Lodge. In 1894, it served as his center of operations until the winter of 1921, where he vanished without a trace. In 1934, the lodge was purchased by Abe Winworth, who maintained it as a hunting lodge until Chantelle Monquet assumed ownership in 2006. Oh, that's sad.
Trapper Dan, seen here with his pet pig, Mary.
Was famous throughout the Northwest Territories of Canada. His skill at trapping beavers, badgers, martens, fishers, minks, lynx, wolverines, and foxes were legendary. Okay, so that creature that I thought was a bobcat, it's actually a lynx. I don't know if the name is interchangeable or if they're just closely related. But that's interesting that he's pictured here with a pig, so... And there was a picture of a boar, or there was a thing of a boar upstairs by the fireplace. Suggestions from Lizzie Applegate, seen at Wright, reportedly came in handy when in 1905 a heavy pelt tax was levied on fur trappers, and Trapper Dan added hidden chambers, passageway, and hard-to-open locks to the lodge to facilitate his smuggling operation. Interesting. So that's going to indicate to me that there are actually hidden passageways here. And let me look at this thing again. Is there a pig icon? There is. So maybe that's the key to opening this thing. I have to make them all match the pig since he had a pet pig. I don't know. Sounds crazy, but they did say he was eccentric, so that might be plausible. Okay, so... anything up here? Doesn't look like it. Newspaper, though. Food poisoning, wolf plague, Icicle Creek. Oh, okay. Top story. 4 people were forced to check out early from the Icicle... I was just wondering about this. Okay. To check out early from the Icicle Creek Lodge after becoming violently ill. Edmund Farringdale, 41, his wife Jenny. I should know how to pronounce that. I knew a lady named Jenny at my previous job. 38, and their 9-year-old daughter Sue of Westwood, New Jersey. And Betsy Stills, 58, of Calgary, Alberta, were admitted to Pineville Hospital early yesterday morning with suspected food poisoning. Lab tests performed on food samples removed from the lodge confirmed the presence of salmonella bacteria in the potato. Ooh. That's messed up. They are expected to make a full recovery. The owner of the lodge, Chantelle, was at a loss to explain how the potato salad became contaminated. The same ingredients used to make the potato salad were used in other dishes without any of the other guests becoming sick, she said. Moreover, Becky assures me that the potato salad was never left sitting out in room temperature, and she should know. She was my cook. None of the 4 victims, including Stills, plan to return to the lodge upon their release from the hospital. If you ask me, the lodge is jinx, Stills says. Miss Monquet better give up trying to turn the lodge into some kind of hoity-toity spa while she still can. First the wolf, now this. I'm leaving, and she should too. Stills was referring to the lone wolf, which has been spotted several times within the past week in the Icicle Creek drainage. Because ranchers in the area have reported no increase in livestock predation, authorities are urging hunters not to go after the wolf, contending they would pose a greater danger to visitors in the backcountry than the wolf does. Okay, so I do know now more about one of the incidents that happened, and okay. Anything else I can do? I was hoping I would have ran into more people. Let me make sure I didn't. Nope, okay. And it doesn't look like there's anything I can select here. Darn it, I was hoping I would have met somebody else. Is there anything I can select? I guess I'm gonna have to go outside now. Which, okay. No, nothing here. Alright, so... No, stop, Nancy. Oh, I could call Chantelle. Yeah, let me do that since I'm right here. Crap, I'm gonna need my paper. There's other phone numbers that I want to call too. Okay, well, you know what? Believe it or not, I'm gonna call Elsa. Oh, I guess I should have just... Okay. 555-2383. Oh, okay. Alright. Let me call the people that got sick. Or at least left early. I don't think, yeah, Carl wasn't one of the ones that got sick, but he did leave early. Nope. Okay, you know what? I got a feeling the game is trying to, push me into calling Chantelle first, so let me actually do that. So I don't want to call every number I have on my list, and then it just disconnects. And I don't want to waste nobody's time.
Hello? Hi, Chantelle. It's Nancy Drew.
You know who's behind the accident?
Not quite yet.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. So, as I had actually thought, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, the way Nancy reacted when she heard Tino Balducci's name mentioned, I think he was in the 11th game, or the 13th game of the series. It was like one that had to deal with a train or something. Again, I haven't played a lot of these Nancy Drew games in ages, so I'm doing good that I remembered that much. I don't remember what went down, but apparently she's not fond of him. All of these are pretty good questions. There's a whole lot of questions to ask her. Alright, well, you know what? I think in the next episode, we're going to go down the list and ask everything that there is to ask Chantelle. And then we're going to explore the great outdoors and see what's going on around the lodge. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Hope to see you next time. Take care.